So first job was working as a food runner in a small breakfast and lunch cafe. I think working in a restaurant is a good experience for everybody. You know, you get an early peek into what customer service means, and it teaches you a lot of things about interacting with the general public and how hard a job like that is. Still remember the lady that liked hot toast. And if you have ever attempted to take toast out of a toaster and get it to another location while it is still hot, it is an impossible task. But the same lady would come in every week and she wanted her toast hot and she would send it back several times. So it was kind of a game to try to get it from the kitchen to her table while it was still hot. So you learn really interesting things about customer service, I think, working in a restaurant. You just had to move, you just had to hustle. When I was interviewing for Infinitive, the dream job at the time was I wanted to be Tinkerbell in the nightly Disney World fireworks show. You get to fly over the castle, you're in the middle of the fireworks show, you get to have the cool light up costume. But I looked it up and I am too tall to be Tinkerbell. So I think probably at this point, if money were no object, I would try to do something using my skills for a nonprofit where I could make a difference. Flexible is my favorite core value because I think it shows how real our core values are. A lot of companies talk about work-life balance, but as a mom, I think that balance is kind of a myth, but flexibility is real. Right? You can't help me balance, but you can be flexible with my time. So I can go to my son's basketball games, I can be there for special occasions. Sure, sometimes that means maybe I'll work longer, I'll work differently. But to me, having a company that puts the priority on flexibility, that's something real that actually makes a difference in people's lives instead of offering this concept of balance, which I just don't think exists. I look for skills that I recently learned should be called power skills, not soft skills. Soft skills sound like they're something easy that everyone can do, but really they are these power skills, things that make you capable of doing great things. Communication, flexibility, being organized, being a go-getter, being persistent. I think all those things are so important in what we do. Obviously the technology is really important and it's growing and it's changing so fast, and that allows us to do so many cool things. But if you're not really understanding what a customer needs, if you're not hearing what they're trying to do, then you can't really make the tech work. And so I'm usually pretty focused on those power skills that is really hard to teach people. And if you've got smart people who are determined, you can generally teach them to do anything. Life is not a race. There is not a specific timeline that you're required to do things, and I would give myself way more grace in terms of meeting certain milestones. I think there's a lot of pressure, at least I felt a lot of pressure, certainly in my 20s, to do certain things by certain times, and when you get a few more years under you, you realize that that was all just a construct that you and the world forced upon yourself, and I would have given myself more time to do what I wanted rather than being so focused on pleasing everybody else and meeting imaginary timelines. If we're using a real TV character, I'm gonna have to go Kermit the Frog. He's always trying to organize everybody and plan everybody, and there's all these characters around, but he sees the beauty in each of the craziness of their characters, and somehow he makes it all come together to be an effective show.